Dilip versus Zekka. First quarterfinal round of fucking SBX Kickback battle. Let's get it.
Welcome to the first quarterfinal of the SBX Kickback Battle 2021. Today, we have Dilip versus Zekka. First up is Dilip. With 90 seconds on the clock, I say the 3 and I say the 2 and the 1. In 3, 2, 1, beatbox.
Jungle House.
Okay. Ooh. Hold up. I'll wait till this is done.
Yo, Zekka, let me show you how it's done.
That goes hard.
Time.
Before we go on, first of all, it seemed like he's saving a tiny bit. I don't know why, like not going as hard as he wanted, but that breakdown in the middle sounded like the Heart Zell shout out. Not that it's like definitely, but just the exact breakdown, for that, for me.
I definitely don't think this is like his strongest stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think he could
Everything's very clean.
gone in. Yeah, it was definitely clean. It wasn't bad at all, but
But
like,
it's
bro, when you're battling Zekka, you gotta like give 1,000%.
Like, you gotta go hard.
bro.
Yeah.
Like you can't hold back anything.
Exactly.
I feel like
100%.
and like I feel like if he did more of the stuff like that he did in his wild card, like that kind of whatever the crazy, like
More
you know, I
variety.
feel like that's like his specialty, right? Is
Yeah.
like his strongest suit is his insane combos,
Uniqueness.
the craziest, weirdest sounds, and putting it into like beats that just slap. And I feel like he could have done more of that
Yeah,
in this.
for sure. I fully agree with that.
And
Not
I think
bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
You know.
the one, like, and he tried to show like he could counter him, like with the little like the whole thing going
Yeah.
on, and
Yeah.
like it was cool, but like I don't think it hit hard enough, if that makes sense, for like a counter.
Yeah.
Like it was too much in the groove with it, where it just kind of all just like flowed, just kind of
Yeah, like if you didn't say anything, I wouldn't have
You know?
even, thought of that like,
Yeah.
as a counter.
Right.
It was
Yeah.
just, yeah.
So
Yep.
But it was also, the
Yeah.
first round, so it's
That's
hard to like, set it up for that kind of thing
100%.
in the very first round of the battle. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fully agree with that. It was just like, I don't know. It seemed like he just did that round to get it over with. That's just how it seems to me. I don't know why. Just like, kind of got it out the way.
I feel like he didn't know
I
how
guess-
to. I feel like he didn't know how to start it.
Yeah.
This is a very weird battle.
Yeah.
that
You
is
gotta
true,
send
and
in
he's
your
the
beats.
first one going like ever,
Right.
like in this
So
format.
you're just like,
really.
what do I do?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, and it didn't quite have like the intensity, of a battle. It didn't feel like, like if I just saw this without like the Zekka line, or like the knowing that it was a battle and it was just like uploaded to YouTube, I would just think like, oh, this is a sick video. That's it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't think it like it doesn't
Right,
give
right.
that like it doesn't radiate that like that energy of a battle. Right?
Yeah.
It's just like cutthroat.
All right. On to the next round. Let's see.
Round 2, Zekka. Switch.
When I flow, everybody flows. When I feel, everybody feels. When I hop, everybody hops. When I kill, everybody kills. When I flow, everybody flows. When I feel, everybody feels. When I hop, everybody hops. When I kill, everybody kills.
You already brought this out. Oh, okay.
Flow, everybody flows. When I feel, everybody feels. When I hop, everybody hops, everybody hops, everybody hops, everybody. Killing everybody like.
Yeah, there it is.
Time.
Even for that round, that was already like so much better, well structured. Like he takes first round to me, and the little click roll.
Yeah.
Like
I think he takes it by a decent amount. But like,
yeah,
it was just more like like full, you
yeah,
know?
exactly. Everything
It was
about it,
just, like,
every
more
detail was
complete.
planned out. Yeah, literally, complete is the best way to put it.
Yeah. And it seemed and it had more like, you know, that energy that I was
Yeah,
like, saying
that's what I
earlier.
was gonna say. Even the sunglasses themselves were like the like it made it seem like a battle style, and that's like the entertainment aspect of being on stage. You know what I mean? He even brought that in a video.
So for me, like there's first of all, like the energy already start like just the tempo is more upbeat and everything. So like that energy was kind of more there for like a battle.
Yeah,
And then the other thing that like sure here's the thing is like Dilip did the little like snore bass thing with his little like the I can't remember what he was doing, but like that thing. But then you have Zekka who like counters him, and that actually sounds like a counter this
Yeah.
time. You know what I'm saying? Like you hear it, and like it's also like the other little hype to it is like if you know Zekka, he doesn't really. I've never really heard him do inward like that. I've never. That kind of was like, oh, okay, that's new.
Yeah.
first time I heard him
He
do
just,
it was
like,
in his
got
seating
my
round.
attention more,
Yeah,
if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
if I'm closing my eyes, like just because I'm trying not to watch them, like I'm just trying to like listen, and like that one just like I don't know, my headphones were just bumping more on that one. I felt like,
Yeah.
I felt that a lot more.
for sure.
But yeah,
Yeah. And his inward bass is really good.
Yeah, he showcased that in his seating round
that was
big time,
Yeah.
and that's when it like really caught me off guard.
Round 3. Dilip. Switch.
It's like SBX camp. That's what it seems like. Yup, this is definitely that. So dirty.
Time.
Okay, that was a lot better, but jeez, bro.
All right, so why do I feel like everything we said in the first round he listened to on this one?
Yeah, literally.
I just wish like the end had more like intent. You know what I mean?
That-
Because like that,
yep.
I feel like that
Than just one note.
that
Yeah.
part, it was kind of just like felt almost like a freestyle. I don't want to say it was a freestyle, but you know, I feel like that could have had more impact. You know, if he like if he like
Structured
put
it.
more thought into it. I feel
Yeah.
like, you know, I feel like, yeah, I don't know. That's at least, you know, what I
I think
kind of
that
got out of it.
that ending is like even if you put that in the beginning as an intro and then outroed it again, you know what I mean? Like that's where it makes more sense for me, where it becomes a little more complete. But
Just more structure.
exactly, it seemed like that musicality part at the end was just kind of tossed in there. Like if he started off with that and started swinging with the zipper thing he always does, like that was his intro, that would make more sense to me, and just like ends it a little differently.
Yeah.
But still
Gotcha.
that same like hitting those same notes, it makes sense.
I like that one a lot better. That's all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
definitely much better than the first round.
Now we're on with this last round. Let's go.
Round 4, Zekka, switch.
Yo, what?
Comfortably set in place at Jelly Town. Killer and smile, call me criminal clown. Criminal clown. Yep. Yep. Criminal clown. Yep.
Dude, that sub bass hits so hard.
Time.
Yeah. That second round, such a good.
That was
round.
so dirty. That was so fucking dirty.
I think the only thing is like if that last drop,
I
if
feel
he
like
did something else, I feel like that like or whatever, that's been like, I feel like it's been done before, and he doesn't really do it in anything that's like a unique way. He just kind of does it.
I hear people
And
like
he's-
Alex and Rain do that. Like those are the people I think about right away. But obviously, like
Yeah.
I feel like he's not thinking of that. Like at least Zekka
But-
isn't.
it's like that roll pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's a common combo, and he doesn't really do it in a unique way.
Yeah.
And I know he can, like 100% he can do that.
Yeah.
I can do a leveled up
Of
version
course.
of that in some way, add something in there because he's insane.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the only thing I can really knock him on. Everything else was like, oh, stellar. Dude, just
Yeah, dude, that was nutty.
pristine, bro.
I
He's
I
insane.
I think that he
That
takes that clearly to Dilip. I
Like
don't know.
the whole battle, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I-
I think by a good like margin.
Yeah.
He took it. Not to say Dilip is bad or anything,
Yeah.
but like I don't know. Zekka's just I don't know.
Yeah. No, I
Man,
get that.
right now, dude, Zekka, he's like everything since Kickback and on, like the wild cards till now, he like every single round.
He
has been,
seems
like, insane.
unbeatable to me right now. Not unbeatable. He seems way too hard to beat. Is the best way to put it. I think. He's coming up with these like this crazy shit right now. And on top of that, if you just think about like all your friends who have routines and stuff, like he still has routines like in his back pocket if needed, because it's still a battle. You know what I mean? It's not like they have to come up with everything new. That's the idea
Yeah.
to help them create. But like, you know what I mean? They still have these like
Mhm.
good routines in the back of their pocket.
Yeah.
That was
that
still really
second
good.
round just like cements it. That
Yeah, second round is, like,
cemented it for me.
Pretty like
Yeah,
insane, just like
Yeah.
almost unbeatable.
Yeah.
like it kind of felt like not to sound silly, but it was like first round was like a feeling out, and then Zekka was kind of like, oh, you did that, watch this, and then Dilip was like, okay, I gotta pull out the hard shit, and then Zekka was like, okay, watch this.
Yeah.
He just kind of
Yeah,
kept
yeah.
doing it to him, and it's like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
And like Dilip's he's a monster, but like it's like you can kind of just like transition wise and like like not sound, because I feel like a lot of people mess this up. I hear so many people who judge and they say like sound variety. Like I think like they both have. It's like the use of the sounds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they're
yeah.
both nutty with the sounds they have. It's not like there's either of them are. It's just like how Zekka structures and places everything is just
Exactly.
it catches the ear more.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they
know?
both have their own
like, but that
diverse
second
sound
round
kit.
just-
You know what I mean? Like I completely get that.
100%.
All right, so obviously starting with like the obvious one, like who do you think and like why? I know we were touching upon this, but like in detail. Pono, we'll start with you.
Well, I mean, obviously Zekka, bro. Like, and it's not even. I don't think it like was by such like okay. I don't want to be rude, but it was by such a landslide that it can't even like when you say why. It's like what do you mean why? Like there's so many. There's not even just like a reason why. It's just so much. Just the level of it is just much higher. It's not like when battles are super close. That's when it gets really down to the wire. It's like, oh well, you have to take in all these little things into consideration, but like you don't even have to like take those into consideration because I mean, if you do, yeah, he still wins on all those as well. But just like it's like a win by that much that it doesn't it doesn't need to be broken down to that level.
Yeah, yeah, no,
In
I
my
get that.
opinion, yeah.
Like you just on every point, he's hitting every category that he needs to exceed without like
Mhm.
questioning and going in depth in each category.
Yeah, I'll be really really surprised if Zekka doesn't win because, and I also did I saw it like in the premiere, and I saw a lot of people going back and forth like as like to who's the winner, and I was like, really? Like, is it that close in their eyes? You know what I mean? It's like, wow,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, interesting to see that. That's all.
Yeah. What about you, Kindo? Who do you think won and why?
So, I kind of have like a whole thing on this.
Mhm.
Like we already talked about the rounds. So like I already told you guys how I feel. Like Zekka definitely got him, but like I think what really like got him in this battle was the experience. Like, not trying to be rude to Dilip, but like he's still kind of new. Like he's still on the come up. And don't get me wrong, give that kid 2, 3, maybe 4 years. Like that kid's he's gonna be a Zekka where you're just like, Jesus, what is this? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like he's already killing it now. And like monsters, just like that structure kind of has to build and like it just either like study a ton of music theory, which that kid's already killing it, or like just like experience over time. It just kind of builds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you don't just start off like placing structure perfectly and or making routines like on your first like month of beatbox. Like usually, you
Yeah.
know. I think it was the experience and not to sound not trying to like kiss Zekka's ass, but like I think it's kind of for him, like for Dilip, this is like, oh, this is a big Swiss event that I'm doing, and I think for Zekka, it's like, dude, I've been to GBB, like been there, done that.
Yeah.
So I think there you can just hear it how more like it's so much more smoother in
Yeah.
both rounds. I'm not
Yeah.
even gonna say about the counters and just like overall, it's just smoother how both of those routines played out compared to his.
Mhm.
So Zekka definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, those are good points. All right, on to the next one. What was your favorite part from each of them and why? So we'll start with what was your favorite part from Dilip, Bono?
Ooh, that's a good one. Probably like the majority of the second round, like the whole zipper part. Even though when his GBB wildcard came out, I wasn't like the biggest fan of it. Like I mean, it's still like sick and insane, but like I wasn't like on the hype train. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's still like comparative to his first round, it was definitely like a lot better. And he also did like level it up in this one. I heard some like extra like
Even more
combos and
layering
stuff.
and details.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So probably that.
But all right, Kindo, what was your favorite one from Dilip?
I like the okay, so I kind of same thing, agree with PingPong Po. I agree with him. Like 100%. I also do like the, if this makes sense, the sound variety he used in the first round. I just think if he works that more, that's going to become like insane, you know.
Mhm.
So I liked it. It just needs work, I think, in that first round.
Yeah. It very well could have been like rushed because I mean, this sounds like bad. They should be quote unquote thinking about it, but there was problems with like tech and like I mean like actual technical difficulties, not like
Right,
beatbox
right,
tech,
right.
but like
No, I get you.
yeah, like there was, I don't know. I feel like when all that comes into play, you get like a little stressed out about even your rounds. Like me personally, I'd probably just start recording a 1 minute 30 routine. I know, or one of mine that I already have. You know what I mean? I don't know if he
And, like,
pulled that
a little
out.
like 100%. And like another little like personal thing, like I don't know Dilip the best, but off of like watching him off his like Instagram or like watching his wild card, like he's like he take 9,990, like
Yeah,
so obviously he's a perfectionist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like maybe he was like having a problem like trying to get this round recorded, start stressing him, you know, I don't know.
yeah,
Like we don't know the backstory of course, but
yeah.
yeah, you can
It's
just I don't know.
true.
That first round, like I said, the sound variety is like sick. It's just using it's just it's like kind of very like not I don't want to say basic, but it's just like, oh, I've heard this,
Yeah.
you know?
Going into that same question, but this time, what was your favorite part of Zekka's battle? Any of his rounds, and why? Oh no.
Just Zekka's oh man, like everything he did pretty much, but like if you gotta come down to it and pinpoint it. The first drop of his second round, the that thing, you know. Oh, and it's just so full and so like you know, it's so him at the same time, which I
Yeah.
really love. It's really stylistic. And it's just so good, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that he's pretty good with for the most part is like using like really like, you know, quality sounds, you know.
Mhm.
Like everything he does is really like polished and perfected. I mean,
Yeah.
not everything, but like pretty much, you know. It's like you know, just about there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, Kindo. What about you for Zekka?
This is kind of weird, but I really like his like. If you ever listen to him, his transitions are always like so smooth.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah,
way
yeah.
he goes from one to the next is always that's always what like catches my attention with him. Like, and we've all like we were all at Champs, like we heard him live, and that's like, that, I don't know, he
Mhm.
just like the everything that I remember live too. That's what caught my like eye or my ear the most when we were like hearing him live was like the transitions of everything is like, it's just so like original and like smooth the way he does everything. It's just like Jesus. But yeah. I'd say that's I can't pick around. They were both crazy. So
Yeah,
just
for sure.
all the transitions were just filthy.
Yeah, they're very meticulous in place and like and literally structured so well. Like just even just a basic
100%.
like yeah. All right,
It's
bet.
crazy.
So now, what are some things you think Dilip could improve on to beat someone like Zekka or of that caliber in the future? Pono?
To beat someone like Zekka, I don't even know if that's like. I mean, I don't want to say it's impossible, but let's like you know assume Zekka still did rounds like you know as good as he did because you know like we're not gonna say like if Zekka chokes or did something whatever you know
Yeah.
like if it was that good it would be really hard. I think definitely his best shot would be to play his strengths, and I think his strengths are like the crazy inhuman sounds and like combos and stuff. And also if you could like structure it out in a way that's like super just cohesive, you know, just like flows completely throughout. It's like each like transition and like everything makes like logical sense, you know. It's like, oh, the next thing, oh, this makes sense because of that happened first, you know, whatever, that kind of thing. Like if he incorporated more of that and just went ham, just went in on all the crazy sounds and used that crazy bass that he used for like 1 second in his wild card, that would you know,
Yep.
that's a really sick one.
Yeah.
Nasty. Like,
But,
what is that?
Yeah, exactly, right? Like I don't know, I think if he like that would be like if I were you know in his corner helping him prep, that's the stuff I would tell him to prepare for someone like Zekka, because that is an uphill battle, like pretty much no matter who you are going against Zekka, you know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Kendo, what about you? Same question.
I think he just like, I give him props for taking a risk. Like I think that's what that first round really was. Like it sounds like he tried to, you know, like I said, it sounds like he tried to counter him, even though there was like no like first round, but like he just knew what Zekka does, so he's like, watch this, you know. and it's like it was a cool idea, but like if he just did like what he did in the second round, like I feel like that would have been way cooler.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that first round you can, like like all of us have been beatboxing for a while. Like you can hear when someone does something new, and you're like, okay, and then you can hear when someone has something like down, and you're just like, bro, like it was one of the first ones. Like that's how the first round where I was like, okay, it's you know. So like I would just say like kind of what Pono said, like not to copy, but like just he's like he has some experience. Like I know he's less experienced, but like you've been here, you've kind of had a crowd, you know what people know you for. Like that first round should have been like another. You're going against Zekka. Like I understand like with battles sometimes we try to like reserve our stuff, but like dude, this is top 8 first of all already, and you're against everyone's a monster in this one. Like you just throw routines out there, just go for it. Like you know. Like do what you're comfortable with already. Don't try to do new stuff now. Like when this is like a you know, this is top 8 already.
Especially as the 8th seed, you know, you already know like you're it's a hard you know, when you're literally at the bottom. I mean, you know, like still not the bottom, but like, you know, the bottom of the, you know, the bracket. You gotta 100%. Like go in. You gotta prove, you know, your worth at that point. But still,
like I think he let the like go first of all going against Zekka and then like being at the bottom. I think it like not trying to call him out, but I think it made him like a little nervous, and like it should have put a chip on his shoulder. Like, dude, I should have not been 8th. Like I should, you know, like he should have had that like drive to like I'm gonna whoop him in the battle. You know, just like I'm gonna show everyone like why I should be here. You know, I feel like that first round just didn't. It was more showcasey, not battle-y. That makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. All right, last question. So now this is going to the other side since we already think Zekka's the one that's going to win it. What is it going to take to beat Villain or Duds in the next round?
Like what are they going to have to do against each other?
What do you think it's going to take for Zekka to beat someone like Villain, or for Zekka to beat someone like Duds in the semifinals?
That's his next battle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think. Well, first of all, it obviously depends because, like, Villain and Duds are 2 completely different beatboxers, you know. So, but also at the same time, I think he just has to keep doing him because, you know, it's clearly working. You know, he got second in wild cards, first in elims, or whatever seeding round. But I think, like he just needs to keep. Because right now he has like that perfect balance of like, you know, bringing new stuff, but still bringing stuff that's like really fully refined and like really, you know, like full and just like perfected. Even it's not like, you know, still in that experimental stage, like you're saying, you know, it's like really like he has everything that he's putting out really down, and I think that's important, because both the people that he's going to be going against, like, or like, you know, whichever one wins, they're both like have their own style, and it's really honed. You know, they're really like they got it. Like, you know, they know what they want really. You know, when they're making a beat, so he has to outdo them in that. But I mean, it's still gonna be like, you know, tough, regardless on who it is. But
So back to the question for you: what is it gonna take to beat Villain or Duds in the next round?
So I had time to think about this one. So not okay. So I love every beatboxer. Everyone knows this. No disrespect. I think he's got Duds if they battle. I think he's got him. And I don't mean to sound rude about that, but like he's very musical, and I think he's gonna try to like show something real crazy if he has to battle Zekka. And like I hate to say it, I think a lot of us underrate him. I think all of us are like, oh, that was great, and then Zekka's gonna again be like, oh, watch this. Remember, watch this, and like. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, I think that could happen." Like, I could see that happening, so that's why I say that. With Villain, and it's not even that Villain's like, and no offense again, it's not that his like text crazier, but his intensity during a battle is like, ooh, and like one tiny weakness I've ever seen is Zekka is like when he's lost, it's because he did like a really soft routine and someone went like ham. Like every time. It's not because he messed up. It's not because the tempo's off. You know what I mean? Like it's always because like he did something he just did the wrong routine at the wrong time. And it's like, you know? And like I feel like if he just like kind of what Pono was saying, if he just does his thing, but just like kind of like not to be random, but Match does this. Like Match doesn't just like battle. I've noticed he kind of will do like, I'm doing this routine, then I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna do. Like if Zekka kind of goes like, okay, which one's gonna hit hard? What do I need here? What do I need? If he places that, he's set. I think. Kind of what you guys were saying, where he's really kind of. He's been around. His style's always been him, but like people are just now starting to really catch on, and he's just kind of hitting that like really good spot where he's like, oh yeah, I got new stuff too. And so people who've heard him and people who are now learning about him, both sides, all of us are just like, holy crap, this guy. You know what I mean? It's just that perfect timing right now.
To add on to that, I think like this format is really good for Zekka because his like he has time to think it through. It's not just in the moment, because a lot of the times
100%.
I think you guys might remember this from his workshop. Even he said he like likes to take a couple shots before he battles, right? So that could hinder the choice process. But now, I mean, I don't know if he's sober in any of these videos, but it's over he has like a span of some time to think this through, like create a plan and go about it. Another thing I wanted to say was Villain. If he does battle Villain in the semifinals, we're gonna have to see how Villain, how that goes, because we don't I don't know how intense Villain's gonna be in this, because I know on stage he's a monster. Like I've experienced it firsthand, but I mean not in a battle, but I've seen him live. But like him, I don't know how he's gonna how that's gonna carry in this format. But still,
I feel that
it'll be
this is
sick.
interesting.
It'll be really sick. Yeah. Oh yeah, I had one more thing I wanted to say about Zekka. Right now, because he's been like doing so well, he's the one to beat. So. I feel like everyone's like, has it out for him. I mean, not like, not that way, but like, like you better be like, he's the one you prepare for, you know what I mean? Kind of thing. So if he underperforms even a little bit, it'll seem like way more, just because everything else has been like literally like some of the best beatboxing we've ever heard, like ever. So, because because of that, he has to really like maintain it and stay on it, like because he can't fall off, because if he falls off, it's a hard drop, because it's so like he's so at the top.
That's what that's a good point, because he's hit every single bar that's been set for him after everything he's come out with. Exactly. And that's extremely hard to do. Like that's the thing. With D-Lo, literally everyone got upset. But if you really look at it like in detail, like he should have been in, maybe not first seed, but like you know what I mean. I mean that was the controversy. But like on like on pen and paper on in these categories, like it's not like he didn't miss anything. He was doing his shit. You know what I mean? But it was just like that element of like it's just that wow factor that people have already had achieved by him so many times.
With him,
like Zekka's doing that right now, and it's a matter of like, does he have enough material to keep that wow factor? Like his what is it, the vocal total wild card was absolutely insane. And if you think about it again, like I'm thinking about that, if I'm battling, like he still has that for one round, and that's insane. He still has like nightmares, you know what I mean? He has LSD, silence silence on LSD. Like you know what I mean? I'm thinking about it like those rounds. Like he still has those, and those are all and four of those have been crazy
too.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he might have leveled them up.
Like,
not even to mention the new stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
this last one that we had no idea about. That second round was absolutely insane. Like what if he just pulls another one out of his pocket and he just does that again?